Hello, happy Saturday, happy weekend to you all. Welcome to another week in review. I'm just going to be brief with you all. In terms of our politics, we are in the 20th day of the new year, and you can say a lot has happened. The 2024 primaries that's officially kicking the gear. Like, the elections are here on the Republican side, of course. But before I get into that, we definitely got to talk about COVID. It is still here. There's a lot of cases that are going up. It's flu season on top of that. So there's a lot of things going on. So let me just draw my attention to COVID-19. So according to the cases around the world, total cases. Well, let's start with the last week. So within the last week, there was 126,936 new cases of COVID-19. But overall, reported cases of COVID-19 are at 774,075,242. And that's worldwide. And in terms of the fatalities, total is 7,012,986. Now let's go to the United States of America. Let me get out of this for a quick second. Regions of Americas. Let's do the United States. It's not letting me click. Ugh. There we go. So, according to the United States of America, the number of reported cases, new cases, have increased within the last week. So, the cases are at, hey girl, sorry, how you doing? Long time, long see. I missed you. And my other girl from Twitter, who is actually a doctor, I believe. What's up? Hey, Sky. So, within the last 7 days, there's been 93,260 new cases. That's an increase by 16,000 cases. Damn. But overall, there are 103,436,829 cumulative cases of COVID-19 here at home in the United States of America. So let me read those numbers again for the United States of America. So within the last week, there's been 93,260 new cases. That's a 16,000 jump from last week. And overall cases, there is 103,436,829. China's right behind us at 99.3 million, followed by India at 45 million reported cases. Now, in terms of the death toll, there is 1,161,235 people that died from COVID-19 here in the United States. We have the highest, followed by Brazil at 702.1 thousand, India at 533.4 thousand. Keep in mind, the United States of America accounts only for 4.2% of the world population, because it's only 350 million Americans. But yet, we have the highest cases and death toll. Yeah. In terms of vaccinations, 7 million. Yeah, over 700 million people, over 700 million vaccine doses were administered here at home. I'm shocked. In terms of the percentage of people that completed the vaccine series here at home, only 70%. That number has still not changed. In terms of the percentage of people that at least receive a booster, it's only 36% of the country. That's nuts. In terms of the most vaccinated people, besides, we're like number I don't know. It's only 82% of the country vaccinated. And Dr. Fauci said we need to be at 90% to be out of the clear. And I don't think we out of it soon, especially with these numbers going up. Especially the number of cases around the world is like almost at 800 million. Here at home, we got over 100 million confirmed cases and over 1 million people dead. That's a good 25% of our population. Yeah, that's a lot. But yeah, we're still not out the clear. COVID is still here. Flu season is here. People still catching RSV. It's here. It's not going away. No time soon. It's not leaving us. So people need to do everything they can. Get your booster, get your flu shot if you can, and still wear your mask because it's cold on top of that. And it's good to prevent yourself from having a cold, especially when you're around a whole bunch of people. Yeah. That's my advice to people. Moving right along, a government shutdown has been averted. That is a great sign for people, especially people that relies on their Social Security checks and all other stuff. Yeah, you gotta start wearing that mask, girl. If you got some left over from 2020, that's fine. If you can find some surgical ones, or N95 is the highly recommended, but a lot of N95s not sold in the stores because they stopped selling certain masks in stores. If you find surgicals, wear them. I double mask, so I wear a surgical and I wear my cloth mask because one, I live in New York City and it's cold as hell. So yeah, so government shutdown has been averted, which is good, especially like I said, people that earn, get checks from the government. Oh yeah, surgicals are good too. I have surgicals. I have 2 boxes. So Congress averted it. And of course, more Democrats voted to keep the government open, which I'm not surprised. The number is, find that number. Well, let's start with the people that voted against it. How many GOP members in the House voted against it? 106 House members. 106 voted against it. $207 Democrats voted in favor of the bill, while only 107 Keep in mind, there's over 200, about 216, 217 Republicans. But only 107 voted for it, while 106 voted against it. Yeah. So, when people keep saying that Democrats don't do anything, Democrats don't do this, Democrats don't do that, we know our party got to improve. Everybody's not perfect in our party. However, within these last couple years, it shows that one side is actually doing the work while the other side is being elected to cause chaos and disruption and discourse in our politics. So therefore, when people say Democrats don't do anything, they're actually delivering for the people. We're not even going to talk about making sure everybody has accessibility to the vaccine. We're not going to talk about accessibility to baby food and baby formula. We're not going to talk about access to, having more money on your OCT card, more money on your health insurance card, actually having lower costs on insulin and other prescription drugs. We're not going to talk about having fast speed internet. We're not going to talk about and make sure your roads and bridges are good because they're getting worked on, which is putting people to work on those bridges. We're not even going to talk about several people got their loans canceled and or paying a lower wage on their monthly bills in the process of getting their loans canceled pretty soon because people are on the list because there's more work that's going to be done. That's why we are electing this administration to finish the job. Nobody's not pulling those receipts out. But I'm going to get into the person that keeps talking crap about the party. Get into that in a minute. Anyhow, so Republicans ain't doing nothing. And last year was an unproductive year in the House of Representatives. Basically, nothing got passed, but the only thing was averting shutdowns with the help of Democrats in the House. And there's only 212, 213 Democrats, about to be 214 with Tom Suozzi. Yeah. And speaking of electing more Democrats, the 2024 primary season, election season is in high gear. We just had an Iowa caucus, Republican Iowa caucus. Of course, that man got 51%, followed by DeSantis at 20%, and Haley came in a distant third place as well. Am I shocked that she got third place? No, I'm not. At the end of the day, the Republican Party is not going to vote for a woman of color to be the leader of their party. You're lucky they even vote for a woman, a white woman, to be the leader of their party. What makes you think that Nimrata Nikki Haley is special? Because to be honest, she's not special. This woman can't even get herself together to realize America is a racist country. And she got it fixated in her head that America is not a racist country. But your family is, your parents are immigrants. You're a first generation South Asian American that was born in rural South Carolina. Just like my mom, born in rural South Carolina. You should know, right? And you experienced racism. So why are you trying to cater to your husband's side of the family? And honestly, you had a better upbringing than your husband. Be honest. I digress. So, Nimrata, I don't know what angle you're pulling at, but your party's not that into you. And half of your supporters, which half of them are independent-leaning Dem voters, are going to vote for Biden over Donald Trump. So, I don't know what angle you're trying to pull from, but they're not into you. And Donald Trump made it very clear that you only were a diverse higher for him because they had to place you somewhere, according to him. Those are not my words. So yeah, Nimrata, your party's not that into you. But in New Hampshire, though, she's supposed to be gaining momentum. But I don't think she's going to win. And if she does, she'll win by a very small margin. She's not going to win by a big margin. And when she gets to the Deep South, it's a wrap for her. Even though she's from South Carolina, but South Carolinians, white South Carolinians, most of them actually like Donald Trump. So, I don't know. This is not going to work for you. It's not going to work for you. Because even the senator that you appointed that's in the Senate, the U.S. Senate, it has endorsed Donald Trump. Yeah. So here's my message to folks like Alyssa Farrah Griffin, Christopher Thomas Sununu, and all of those who and Judge Judy, all of those who are supporting Nimrata Nikki Haley. Nimrata's not going to be the nominee for her party. Her party's not that into her. The party's not going to back a brown woman. They're not. If they're not going to back a white woman in their party, what makes you think they're going to back Nimrata Nikki Haley? And then most of y'all, more so 2 of y'all out of 3 of y'all, are going to support Donald Trump because Chris Sununu said it himself. He said it clear as day that he is going to support Donald Trump. So there you have it. But on to better things. The VP had a very great interview on The View. She sound just like a leader. She getting better day by day and every day. But you know, some folks are always going to be salty and always going to talk crap about the vice president's appearance. But I'm going to just say this to y'all. The woman is ready for prime time. She's been ready. She was born ready, and she will forever be ready. She's preparing for 2028 or 2032 if she decides to run. But if she does run, she has my full throttle support. And I will support you, Vice President Kamala Devi Harris, because you was my first choice for president. But you got my support, ma'am. Now, about to end this because I did this stuff real quick. Leonard Larry McKelvey. Yeah. He's just a pain in everybody's ass, huh? Well, he was on The Breakfast Club and calling folks that support the administration's efforts to make this country better, pretty much house Negroes or indentured servants in translation. So my thing is, Leonard, you're from Mounts Corner, South Carolina. Your neighborhood is mostly black people that I know of. There's some folks I know in Mounts Corner that used to live in New York that were originally from Mounts Corner and moved back. South Carolinians, black South Carolinians actually like this president. I don't know if you're still mad about what the president said to you, but the fact is that you got so much smoke for this administration and not from the last administration that basically ruined the fabric of this country or damn near try to burn this country to the ground. It amazes me. But does it shock me? No. It doesn't. Because you keep sitting with ops like Rush Limbaugh, who's now with somewhere, Piers Morgan, and all these other problematic ass people. You keep smiley facing with them, but have so much smoke for both the president and the vice president. And the last time I checked, they gave you enough grace to go on your show, your shows. One that's actually canceled and the other one is on the brink of being canceled. But that's neither here or there. So, Leonard, if you don't have nothing positive to say about the administration, don't say anything at all. You know, nobody wants to hear your takes, your views. No one gives a flying fuck. Like, honestly, The Breakfast Club was never like the it show. And New Yorkers really don't really care for it that much. Especially native ones like me. Ed Lover, Dr. Dre, and Lisa was better. Even Star and Buck Wild was better than you. And they got on my nerves. So, Leonard, let me just make this clear. You're not a political maverick. You're not a political insider. You don't have knowledge on how our government works. You're just not a knowledgeable person. So if you don't know anything about policies or how things are executed, just keep your goddamn mouth shut and just talk about celebrity gossip like you always do. And you even get that wrong. So therefore, take a seat and shut up. And that's to everybody that doesn't know about politics. If you don't know something, if you don't know a fact, if you don't know anything, just don't talk. It's always good to listen. Being a listener means that you're actually learning something. That's food for thought. And to all of those so-called, I don't know if I'm voting this year. If you're fine with another residency of the former bum from Queens to sit in the people's house and make money off being the people's house, you go ahead. Enjoy that misery, because more of your rights as American citizens will be taken away underneath that man. That man said already that he was going to send people that practice Islamic faith back to countries that are predominantly Islamic. Which most Islamic people in this country, most of them were born here in America. He wants to strip more reproductive rights away, more civil rights away. And that also includes LGBTQ rights. This man wants to take us back to a time where the white man rules supreme. So you go ahead and sit out the election. You do your thing. Don't say I told you so or many others. Because I know who I'm voting for. I'm voting for to preserve my democracy and to make sure that I have a right to live as an African American woman. So there you have it. So until then, keep warm, keep safe. If you're on the East Coast, the Midwest, even the Southeast. The Southeast is cold as hell. Have a good night.